I'm applying the drywall to the frame now, so to do that, I picked up a couple of these larger sheets and I had them in the store, cut them in half lengthwise so I could fit them into the Jeep and bring them back. Yeah, they wouldn't have fit if they didn't cut them in half in the store, so I was happy they could do that, because otherwise I would have had to buy these smaller sheets, which were like $13 for two, I think they were 2x2 sheets, versus these 4x8 large panels were $16 for one, and I ended up just buying two, and that was enough. I still have, I think, half of a panel left, so two was plenty with extra to spare in case I made any mistakes or anything like that. So yeah, the drywall in total was only about 16 times 2, $32 plus tax. So not bad at all. And then I'm applying the mud. I just used a pre-mixed one, and the tape. I'm applying a layer of mud and tape at all of the seams, and then sanding it smooth, and then applying another layer and sanding that smooth. And honestly, it wasn't a bad process at all. I know a lot of people hate on doing drywall, and I would say after doing this, if I had to do a whole room and needed the finish to be, a perfectly smooth finish, then I would be a lot more intimidated and a lot less wanting to do it myself. But for a project of this size, it was completely fine. And I did not need a perfectly smooth finish because, like I said, I'm planning to finish it off with Venetian plaster, and I'm going for more of a rough texture in the end. So while I did want the finish to be smooth, I didn't need it to be perfectly smooth. Tools for this was just, a putty knife and I don't know what this thing's called, a stainless steel mud holder. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. I just wanted to show a little update. So I've added a couple layers of drywall compound to all the seams and to the corners. And at this point, I'm just going to add one more layer and then smooth everything out, and then it will be ready for primer. And then after I prime it, I'm planning to finish it off with a Venetian plaster. So I will make a separate video showing you when I add the Venetian plaster. And then it'll be done. I still do want to tile the floor in front of it, but I'm going to finish off this stage first and then think about tile options, because I'm really not sure which direction I want to go in. But here's where we're at so far. I'm going to do one more layer of drywall compound and then sand it smooth. And here's how it looks with the final layer. I'm hoping this will be the final layer of drywall compound on. I will let it dry 24 hours and then give it a sand. Okay, I'm going to end the video here. One thing I guess I'll mention is, the bump out that I created on the fireplace? Well, the recessed, how the fireplace is recessed slightly in. I'll say that added so much more work in the build in the initial build with the 2x4s, with adding the drywall, with mudding the drywall. It added a lot of work, more than I anticipated. I hope it's worth it. But I will say, if you're out there and you're debating making your own fireplace surround, and you like the look of both equally, then just go with the flat, because it would make your life a lot easier. But yeah, I'm hoping that will make it look more realistic. So we'll see. I'm really happy with the outcome so far. I'm so happy to be at this stage with the surround pretty much being done. Now it's just a matter of applying the finish. So tomorrow, I will sand I'll sand it smooth, because the plaster I got requires a level 3 or level 3 to level 5 drywall finish. So it does require smooth finish. And yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to do that. And then depending on how that looks, I might do some touch-ups. Hopefully not another big recoating of everything, because, it's pretty time consuming and I'm ready to move on with my life. So my plaster just arrived today, actually, in the mail. I had to buy it from the States because you cannot get Venetian plaster in Canada, which, I mean, maybe you can at specialty stores, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't on Amazon, it wasn't at Rona, it wasn't at Home Depot, it wasn't at Lowe's. And when I was Googling and I'd bring up the US version of a lot of those stores, you could get it there. But in Canada, you couldn't, which was really annoying. So I ended up, well, I did find something on Amazon from the US that would ship to Canada because a lot of things didn't or weren't available, or there wasn't, yeah. So anyways, I found something and I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna look great. I'm not gonna add a colorant, I'm gonna keep it white. Anyways, you'll see that in the next video. So the next video, I'm gonna show you my plastering, adding the plaster, and then finally finishing up the fireplace, and then you'll get to see the final result. So stay tuned and I will see you on the next video. And if you're new here and you're not subscribed, I would invite you to subscribe so you can follow along. And I love to post anything DIY, house renovation, doing a lot of things for the first time. I'm doing everything myself. I really am just learning how to do all of this. So yeah, and I'm just sharing any insights that I can kind of come up with or that I've picked up, and really just showing you my process. It's definitely not a tutorial or how to, because I'm not an expert at all at any of this, but more like if you're interested in watching me fix up my house, then follow along. I'd love to have you. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video.